Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Today is Friday, April 8th. It is 6:19 right now. Markets can open in about 11 minutes. Let me go and set up this room real quick, then we'll get started with our session for today. Got a few things here to set up real quick. Looks like we're good. Couple last minute things, and then we should be ready to get started today. All right, one last thing. And it looks like we're good. I'm gonna go and send out this link to you guys here in the premium. All right. Looks like we're good to go. I'm gonna start off by marking up the liquidity over here prior to market open. And as you guys can see, it's the same situation as the past 2 days. There's a lot of liquidity on the top side. Doesn't necessarily mean it's going to get hit right away, but I do see it getting hit eventually. So let me just finish marking these up right here. All right. Looks good. Not really too much, but literally all liquidity sitting on the top side. So I'm gonna do the same thing with the clean chart over here as well. There we go. So there's a ton of liquidity here on the top side, guys, as you guys can see. Not really much on the bottom at all. There's just one level, which is probably going to get triggered on open. We'll see how that goes. So here's a clean chart. I'm going to see if there's any news this morning. So let's see who's here right now. So it looks like majority of people are here. So good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, April 8th. Happy Friday, everybody. It's 6:22 right now. Market's going to open in about 8 minutes. Let's see who's here. Morning, John. Morning, Peter. Morning, Matt. Morning, Marlon. Morning, David. Morning, Kenny. Morning, Lisa. Morning, Rashida. Morning, Talanji. Morning, Jez. Morning, Maria. Morning, Jonathan. Morning, everybody. All right, guys. So as I marked up over here, you guys can see that there's a lot of liquidity on top. There's like one level of liquidity on the bottom. I could assume that this is probably going to get hit on open. So what we might get is maybe a spike down and then a shoot all the way back up. Like we've been seeing for the past couple of days. Looking over here at retail sentiment, it's currently 50% short. So this isn't going to be much of a use for us again today. Unfortunately, it's just right down the middle. Looking over at the fundamentals, same situation. There's no clear direction, with regard to fundamentals or retail sentiment. So we kind of have to go off the technicals today to determine, which areas we'll be trading. I'll be looking for trades mostly. I think we'll be looking on the 1 minute. We'll also be looking on the 5 minute because I think the 5 minute will be a lot more useful for us because it's been more accurate with the choppiness in the market. So other than that, I don't see anything else here. As you can see, pre-market, the Dow's up 13 points. S&P, let me just refresh this. S&P's up, so Dow's up 10 points, S&P's down 5 points, NASDAQ's down 60 points, oil's up less than a point, and the 10-year bond is up 2.7%. So just looking at everything here, there's not really much going on. Everything's kind of just flat. It shows right here, Morgan Stanley aims to serve the richest of the rich as family office assets grow to 5.5 trillion. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, it's huge. Other than that, let's see if there's anything else here. It says rocket attack on Ukraine train station kills over 30 trying to flee, more than 100 injured. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, as you guys can see, the war is not getting any better. It's just getting worse, or it's just staying as is. More than 30 killed, 100 wounded in Russian rocket attack on Ukraine railway station. NATO says Finland is welcome to join military alliance. So it looks like a lot of countries are joining Ukraine. I mean, so, the same thing that's been happening during the war. It's not getting any better, even though they keep saying it will be. But we will, obviously we'll continue on and see where this goes. Other than that, there's not really much for us to look at here. So going back to the charts over here, let me see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Let's use here. Morning, Rami. Morning, Surin. Morning, Jonathan. Morning, everybody. Market is opening in about 5 minutes. We'll have to wait for this here, but you can see prices pretty much just ranging on the sessions right here, right down the middle. Yeah, no, I agree with you, Peter. Peter said what the media says and what's really going on is two different things. Yeah. Especially from a big news source, you have to really know who's actually there, but I'm pretty sure there really is a war going on. So it's not gonna make a difference whether it's, really good or really bad. There's still a war going on. So I'm sure it's not all peace and friendly out there. So it's gonna be, whatever they report, there's still gonna be stuff that's going to affect the market negatively. So, it's probably why the market kind of dropped here a little bit. There's stuff that happened behind the scenes. Let me check if there's any other news here. But yeah, no, just like what Peter said, we don't know what's exactly going on out there. Maybe it's not as bad as they're making it seem, but I mean, who really knows, right? All right, so back to the charts. Let me just mark up. There's light impact news at 7. So I'm going to have that marked up right there. And I think that's it for the most part. There's no news this morning, so it's kind of a quiet Friday today. Hopefully, we get some decent moves in the market or some volatility. I hope it doesn't just range all day like it's been doing for the past couple of days now. But other than that, I think that's it for now. See, people are still making their way at 627 right now. Market's going to open in about 3 minutes. As you guys can see here, price is just ranging between this high and this low. Price did come and test the low over here, hasn't broken below it. Now it did, so I'm going to go and delete that. So there's just a ton of liquidity on the top side. There's not much on the bottom side. There's none on the bottom side actually on the 1 minute here. So we'll see where that goes. I'm going to keep an eye out on the 5 minute, guys, because one thing that we've started to notice is that a lot of the variations and a lot of the variation to the V1, like there's one right here, you don't really need a bias on the 5 minute. You can just take majority of them. If there's a pending buy signal, this right here would have hit full TP right there for 500 pips. So I'm going to keep an eye on the 5 minute. I know before we used to focus on the 5 minute, but lately we haven't because it's harder to get entries on here. But it just, it almost always hits on the 5. So I'll be paying attention to the 5 here. If we can find any of those V1s, variation to V1s, etc., because they seem to work very well. So keep an eye on it. I think Maddie will be keeping an eye on it. So it'll be good. He'll let us know if he sees anything. Hey, Mauricio, morning. Morning, Saren. Yeah, the Asia low is I think the next level, right? Coming up. Morning, Steven. All right, guys. So other than that, it looks like majority of you guys are here. Market's going to open in about 2 minutes. So just a reminder, going back to the confluences this morning, there's no real confluence here with the retail sentiment. It's right down at 50%, just as it's been the past couple of days, which is, pretty trash in my opinion, because it's never like this where it's 50-50. It's usually at least one-sided one way or the other. And that's how we can get some pretty good moves in, but it just hasn't been moving. The fundamentals here are not moving either. Right down the middle, they're at 20 points. That's nothing. So we'll just have to make the best out of the technicals here if we can catch something. Hopefully there's some sort of direction this time, not just a sideways movement. So, all right, guys, market's gonna open in about 30 seconds. Just a reminder, our breakout here is going to be sell if we get a strong red candle on open, or it's going to be buy if we get a strong bullish candle. So, but there's no fundamentals or retail sentiment to give us a bias. So we basically have to look for a lot of these confirmations in the market before we can start looking for trades, because there just isn't any confirmation. There's no bias with regard to, the higher confidences that we're actually looking for. So, all right, morning, Randy. My market is open right about now. So market is now open. See where this goes. You can see where price is rejecting from. It's rejecting right off these sessions right here, which is the London high from yesterday. See if it closes above. If it closes above with a strong green candle, then this would technically be the breakout. I would be careful because it's breaking through the sessions. As a reminder, I don't trade on the session. So if price is breaking out of the sessions on this first candle, I'm not going to take it, but I will mark it up just to show you guys, exactly where this breakout entry may be happening. There's a huge wick here on the top side, so maybe no breakout right now. You can see it's having a really difficult time closing above these sessions right there. So another reason and a reminder why I don't trade at the sessions. You get a lot of manipulation here. And there you go. Fake out right there. Price tried to break and close above it, but it didn't. So there's no entry off that right there for a buy. Price just pushed up. Looking over here at the fundamentals, are pretty much half and half. Refreshing it right here. Fundamentals have no bias. It's up 14 points, so there's no clear direction at all. Here's another attempt to break and close above. Hey, Rain, morning. But yeah, you can see. So we're basically looking for this candle to close as a strong green candle with the buy signal. If it does, then this would be a buy for the breakout. However, you can see the candles here are having a really difficult time breaking and closing above the sessions right here. So let's see. Yeah, nothing there. Take off these high lows. So here we go again. Price broken, close above, not retested. We'll see if it ends up closing above with the, obviously with the buy signal. All right, so we might have an invalid buy signal right here. We need a strong green candle with a buy signal. That's what we need in order for it to be a buy. If we don't, this is going to be a sell if it closes with a strong red candle right here. So we got to see how this closes here. A ton of indecisiveness. You can see there's no clear direction right here. Price is kind of just spiking back and forth. This is not a strong red candle, so this is not going to be the breakout entry. It's 6:33 right now, so if we don't get this strong candle in the next 2 minutes or so, then there's just not going to be an entry for the breakout. Yeah, no, Peter said it's moving slow for the market open, and I agree. It hasn't really moved at all. There's just been like a couple spikes here and there, but not really a strong movement in either direction. Looking over here at fundamentals or the retail sentiment, still 50%. Looking over here at the fundamentals, it's still at 10 points. So not much has changed at all. We're basically just going to have to wait for this. Let's see. Yeah, Maddie said 5 minute, 1 minute body, but it's waking up the session. It's not going to take it unless it closes above the sessions. Gotcha. All right, so this might be the breakout right here, but it's going to hit the sessions right here below. So I'd be careful with this entry right here. Or no, it's not a strong red candle. There's a big wick on the bottom. So again, no confirmation there yet. But you guys can see the range just got a bit wider, right? The range was like right here. It was a bit tighter moving down the sessions right here. Now the range is the same thing. It's just a bit wider. Yeah, same here, Peter. Peter said, I hate when the sessions are so close to each other. I agree. No, and they were like literally right here. I forgot who mentioned it earlier. I think CERN or someone mentioned that it was going to be like literally right there on the next level. I forgot who mentioned it. Someone mentioned it earlier. Yeah, CERN did mention it. Asia low is right there. So, I mean, this is not really a good area to trade, guys, because you have a sessions below, you have a sessions above. So like whenever price reaches this point, you're either going to get a fake out. Price is either going to break above and continue pushing, or price is going to, you know, bounce off here. So what you're looking for at this point is you're looking for a confirmation of the bias, right? We don't have a bias here. Price looks like it's in a bearish bias because price has been dropping since London session, but realistically, price is just ranging. Price has been ranging since like right here, this area, because price was ranging here, and then it just became a bigger range. But it's the same range. It's just wider. So other than that, I mean, it's just really a waiting game, just how it's been for the past this entire week. I feel like this week's been kind of crappy for everybody. There hasn't been any direction. Just gotta wait for some sort of direction to push or some sort of movement. At least there isn't really much movement, so there's not much for us to really decipher or squeeze in here. There goes, price drops further. It's too late for the breakout, guys, so we're no longer looking for the breakout anymore. We're looking for any other entries here, but personally, I'm going to look for some sort of direction of bias. So in order for us to have a bullish bias, like price kind of breaking above and confirming the bullish biases, we need price to actually break above, retest, and confirm. Once we get that, we can start looking for buys. Vice versa for sells. We need price to, it's already broken and closed below. We just need price to come back for the retest and then confirm. Until we get that, we're not going to have anything here to look for. However, we might not even get that retest because price might break below here, the sessions, which is even better, actually. I'd prefer it to close below here, because even if we did get the confirmation right here, we would still need it to confirm below these sessions right here. So it's still going to be a hassle because we need this to break and close below, retest, and confirm. Once we have that, then we can keep looking for sells. However, at the moment, there just isn't anything for us to look at right now, right? There's no direction. So even if we were to take a buy or a sell, we won't really have any sort of bias to be trading in, because for one, the retail sentiment is 50-50. We want this to be one-sided. It's not one-sided at all. It's 150. Earlier it was 50% short. Now it's 51% long. This means nothing. Going over here to the fundamentals, there's nothing here either, right? It's down 11 points. It was just up 11 points. So looking at the stock index right here, it's literally just right down the middle. Half green, half red. This is useless to us. These are our biggest confluences, but there's no use for us here because there's no direction. They're just right down the middle. So price can literally go up or down wherever it wants to go. So like our last level of confirmation here would be the technicals. You can see here, you know, if you're looking at this from a basic point of view and you're just looking, because a lot of people like to use like basic ways to identify the trend, right? Of course, price was trending down, but it's no longer trending anymore. If you look closer, price is literally just going sideways in a big range. So you don't want to get caught into this, because if you think price is coming down, you might get caught in a spike to the upside, because the trend could be reversing. The trend doesn't stay one way forever. It adjusts with market conditions, and it'll continue pushing that direction if it ends up going that way, right? So right now we're waiting for a direction to be set. Once we have a direction, then we can actually trade there. But you can see right here, price is just going sideways. It's easier to see on the clean chart. What we're looking for again here is price already broken close below. So we're looking for the retest, and then we're looking for the confirmation below. But even if we get this here, there's going to be another level down here where price is going to have to do the same thing. It'll have to break below, retest, and confirm. So it wouldn't really matter if price does come back and retest over here. I don't even think it's going to come back and retest. I think price is just going to range. Maybe price will come back and test the sessions, but I don't think it's going to retest and come back down. It's probably just going to come and bounce around this area as it has been. So Fridays and Mondays are usually hit or miss. These are the riskiest days to trade because, for example, like today, you can see there's no movement. Seems like a lot of people already pulled out of the market pre-market. So like right here, a lot of people were selling off, and they probably just called it a day for the weekend. They're probably like they just sold all of their positions here. This is from midnight, so London session. People sold off, people bought the dip, consolidated a bit, and then people sold off for the rest of the week, like just to get out of the market for the rest of the week. Let's see. CC said Friday typical whipsaw setup. Talanji said huge 10-minute snipe for Confluence. Yeah, I'll take a look at that. Let's take a look over here real quick. So let me turn on the SRs real quick. Let me see what you're looking at. I think there's a sell there, right? Yeah, you're right. All right, so somewhat of a confluence right there for a sell. However, it's going to hit these sessions over here, so it's a bit risky. But yeah, for the 10-minute right there, there's a confluence for a sell at that moment. It's hitting the sessions now. All right, so this is fine. This is what we're looking for. We wanted price to break and close below. Now that price is broken and closed below, we're looking for the retest. So this is exactly what we wanted. There goes the retest right there. All right, so this is starting to play out pretty nice. There you go, the retest. We need this to actually close below it though. It can reject off the sessions, but it can't close above it. If it closes above it, it's going to reset. So this is why you shouldn't chase it right away, right? I see a lot of people just chase these sells. They see price drop and like, oh, price has to drop. No, it doesn't have to. It can fake out. So what you want to look for after a drop like this is the following candle. You want to see what the next candle does. Because the next candle is going to tell you whether it's a fake out or whether it's going to continue dropping. So this candle here has 15 seconds left on it. We want to see whether it closes below this purple line. If it closed, and there you go. See, if it closes below the purple line, this is going to be the retest. But you don't want to enter right away because if it closes above, then price can just push right back up, right? So this is why you don't want to trade around the sessions. I've seen a lot of people get stopped out right here and lose a lot of potential profits because they enter too early. They get stopped out and price comes back down. So this pretty much invalidated the move. We need price to break and close below it again to reset it. So the first step right here is, and I think I already have it over here. Yeah. So confirm a break and close past structure, which is going to be this purple line. This right here pushed back up, so it already invalidated it. This is going to be the next attempt. So let's see where it goes from here. If this doesn't close below it, then there's not going to be a confirmation. Price can easily just swing right back up into that range, right? So don't fall for this, guys. I see so many people fall for this where they just get too impatient and they enter right away, and then they end up getting screwed, right? So again, right here, so there goes a close below. It's a first step. The second step is to confirm price retest of structure. The retest is right there off that second candle. So let's push this down a little lower. Oh, nice. Mauricio said mistakenly took that breakout for 1,000. Was sweating it though. Yeah, no, I'm glad you did, Mauricio, because we did have a bearish bias here because obviously the technicals were bearish, but it was a risky one because it was right at the sessions, and I'm sure you were kind of sweating it because the price kept bouncing back and forth. One thing that I need to mark up is opening price for Rick's opening price strategy. Let's see. So you got open price is like not that far actually. It's like right there. So this can easily just come back. All right, so we had the break and close right here. We had the retest. We're basically just looking for this candle here to close below here. If it closes below here, it's going to confirm the bearish bias. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. So it keeps dropping. Obviously, we're gonna have a bearish bias. We'll continue to look for some sells if there becomes any available. Here comes the snipe right here. So the snipe you looked at, Talanji, hit full TP. If you guys are not familiar with the snipe strategy, it's the one that Talanji over here identified right there. Wick rejection off the pivot, wick rejection off the structure. Pivots aren't touching the body, sell signal right here, perfect entry for a sell. So great work, Talanji. Yeah, Talanji suggests you never sleep on the 10-minute for confluence. I agree, 100%. So price is now dropping right here. It's confirming the bearish bias. So now that the bearish bias has been confirmed, we can start looking for some sell entries. I don't recommend entering it just yet because price is dumping right here. It's waterfalling. But when this happens, price tends to retrace up a little bit. So what I'm looking for here is I'm looking for the retracement back up. It doesn't have to come back very high. It just needs to come up slightly, provide us a retracement signal. So you can see right here, see how we have a retracement signal right here? This is exactly what I'm looking for. So as you can see, price kind of confirmed the drop below. Price confirmed the drop below here. Retracement signal right here. This is what I'm looking for, a green retracement signal. And then an entry right here. So if you were to take the entry on the confirmation, full TP right there, right? Again, same situation. You can see the retracement signal here for the buy. We have a bearish bias, but you have a retracement signal right there. And then another sell signal here to provide an entry for another sell right there for 2 full TPs. So, you know, it's all about just waiting for the perfect opportunity, guys. It's not like trying to get in at perfect pricing. Perfect pricing is good, but the big thing here is really entry, right? Because if you get in at a good price, it doesn't really matter because you're going to end up in some drawdown. You're going to be stressed out. What you want to look for is you're looking for the retracement after a big drop. So like, for example, big drop right here, retracement signal, entry, win. Another drop, retracement, entry, win. Same situation right here. Big drop. We're looking for the retracement. As it comes back down, then we'll enter at that point when there's some sort of entry for a sell. But right now is not a good time to enter because you can see prices now retracing back to the upside, which is fine and normal. That's what's supposed to happen. It's just, it's a matter of being disciplined and waiting for something to actually come up. All right, so back here on the 5, there's nothing here on the 5. There's nothing here on the 3. There's nothing here on the 1. The thing with the 5 is really good and really easy to apply when there's a lot of volatility in the market. Lately, there hasn't been very much volatility, so we haven't been able to find any entries here off the 5-minute. We've been on the 1-minute because market's been kind of slow, which is weird for the spring. Typically, the spring is usually, you know, the busier time. Nice. Ryan said I got 20 points off that dump. So nice work, John. John actually, so I'm assuming you probably caught right here when we confirmed it, right? So maybe off this candle right here. When we confirmed the bearish bias, you probably hopped in. You caught like 20, or you probably hopped in even down here actually, when it confirmed it below here. Yeah, it looks like that. So yeah, right after the close. And this is something that you guys can apply. I do find it to be risky, but I mean, it does work out a lot of times. So you can get that initial just breakout because it confirmed the pattern for the break and retest, confirmation of bias, and then it just dropped. And then now it's coming back up. So yeah, nice work, John. Yeah, John says I usually take 20 points if it closes below 1 green candle. Oh yeah, no, definitely. Smart move. Rick says he's gonna buy back too often. So Rick's running his risky Rick strategy. Let's see if it ends up pushing up to there. Which I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, price is gonna retrace up. I just don't know how far it's gonna go up, right? It's just a matter of identifying it. Let's see if there's any other high lows right here. All right. Yeah, just keep in mind, as Peter said, there's news in 11 minutes right here, which is going to be. Oh yeah, Charles. Charles said a possible V1 sell right here. I probably wouldn't take it yet, Charles. I will let this one run because I don't take the first one after the bias, right? I'll watch it, but I'm probably not going to take it because there's not going to be an entry there. Because the first one is usually going to confirm it, right? Because we're still looking for the retracement right here. Until we have the confirmation of the retracement finishing, then I'll start looking for some sells. Because the last thing you want to do is enter the first available entry. This is going to be a body entry too, right here, guys. A V1 body. Or no, never mind. It's closing green. So this might be the V1 body. But yeah, for the most part, I usually don't enter on the first available entry because I want to make sure that it's actually dropping, right? So right here, we have the retracement. I actually wanted to drop a little bit and then I'll take the next one. Because this is going to be kind of 50-50 at that point. Price might come up and retest the sessions actually. Or might even push up to Rick's opening price right here. Yeah, we'll see where it goes. I mean, there's two different areas where price can go up and push. Either that sessions right there or the opening price right there. Yeah, thanks, Jonathan. Yeah, guys, just a reminder, there's news coming up right here at 7. It's going to be light impact, but it can still affect the market. So you still want to keep that in mind. It's final wholesale inventories. All right, there goes retest of the sessions. You can see price rejecting directly off it. So there's a 5-minute V1 variation right here running. I'm not going to take it obviously, but I'll follow it right here. It's right at the session, so I don't really want to take it, but I'll follow it and see where it goes. But it's right at the, yeah, Maddie, it's right at the sessions. Are you taking it? I don't think I would take it personally. But who knows? I mean, it could push up because the thing is it can push up back to opening price over there. Gotcha. Yeah, so Maddie actually entered it, but he pulled already, which is, I would consider a smart move because you really don't know where price is going to be pushing to. Let me see where opening price was right here. There's opening price. The sessions are just a risky point, guys. I mean, there's a lot of good that can happen, a lot of bad that can happen. It's just you're kind of gambling, trading at the sessions. Next, Maddie took it for about 150 pips. Yeah, it's like right there. If the sessions weren't there, then yeah, I would probably take this on the 5. I know it's going against our bias right now, but it's enough to push up to, you know, the opening price right here. If there wasn't a session, so that's the key thing. If there wasn't, but there is a session, so I'm definitely not looking to take it right now. But we'll keep watching it. I want to be careful today. The last thing I want to do is get burnt on Friday, go into this weekend all pissed off. So you guys definitely want to, you know, trade cautiously today, especially if you guys made a lot of profit this week. Like I made a lot of profit overall this week. I did have a loss yesterday. Unfortunately, I had FOMO. You know, FOMO gets to the best of everyone. That's weird. My MT4 is frozen. I don't know if it's frozen for you guys. I just realized my MT4 is not even moving. Heck. That's weird. Never mind, it's back up. Yeah, mine was like stuck on this red candle right here. This red candle on my MT4, it was just on this red candle. It didn't move. Now it's back, but it's just moving really slow. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Charles was frozen too. Rashida said hers keeps going in and out. I mean, that's another sign to be careful, guys. If that's the case where when your MT4 is starting to slow down a bit, or you're starting to see a freeze, it could be a red flag. Because here's like a bad thing that you don't want to happen. You don't want your account you don't want your MT4 to freeze on your main account, and then you have a copier running, because if your main account doesn't close out, your copiers won't close out either. Mauricio said my MT4 froze while I mistakenly took that breakout. Blood pressure rose. Yeah, no, same. I could already see that, Mauricio. Because like for me, I have a lot of copiers on my account. So here's the thing: like if I screw up on my main account and it freezes and I can't pull out, and then say price just spikes one way or the other, like literally all my accounts could get blown if I reach my daily loss. That's why I try to keep my lot sizes at a moderate lot size, not too big, not too small, so that even if price does spike, I'll be perfectly fine, because I can go for a whole 10,000 pip move before I reach my daily limit. So, and if that becomes the case, I'll just pull up my phone. Yeah, Peter said I can't pull out. I know, right? That'd be horrible. Yeah, JJ said mine keeps going in and out. I just failed a challenge because of it. If that's the case, JJ, where yours keeps going in and out, you can message FTMO and they'll fix it for you. Just tell them that you had an issue, and then they'll ask you for your change log. If your change log shows that yours was actually disconnecting, then they'll give you they'll just renew your account. So that's one thing that you can do. That's happened to me before, where MT4 is doing that. Like during COVID when the market was going crazy, they actually gave me my account back. They just credited it back, so there was no loss there. So you just gotta, if that becomes the case, just message their support and they'll fix it for you. Rick said, I realized that when volume is really low, it's like there's not enough data to move the candles. Yeah, no, exactly. And I agree, Rick, 100%. You can see here that there's the volume is very low because sentiment's not even changing at all. It's still here at 51% long. So there's not a lot of retail traders in the market. There's there's market makers and institutions that are pushing price around, but no retail traders to really, provide liquidity in the market for price to actually move. Because even the fundamentals here are not even like 100 points either way. They're not 100 points red, 100 points green. They're just nothing. So as you can see, market is, volatility is very low. Maddie, the 5 minute here hit full TP, bro. Looks like it might push up and hit it might get to the opening price. Oh man, my freaking MC4 is frozen again. Yeah, be careful, guys, entering any trades. Let me check on my phone so I'm not sure about any positions here. Yeah, my MT4 keeps going in and out. It's frozen right now. Let's see. Pulled it up on my phone too, and it's frozen. Okay, it's moving again. So I'd be careful, guys. If you guys are looking to enter any trades right now, I'd be pretty careful, because if it keeps freezing like that, it can cause a lot of issues for your account. Yeah, it's weird. I've never seen MC4 like this where it's like consistently going in and out. It's either like frozen for a while and then it'll come back. Not where it just freezes for a second, works a little bit, and then freezes again, and then comes back. This might be a sign to maybe sit out Friday. But I'm going to stay on this session with you guys, and I'll see if I find anything. But even if I do find anything, I don't think I'll be able to enter any trades because my MC4 keeps freezing. I mean, I'm looking right at it. It seems like every couple seconds. And I don't think it's because of the volume. I think it's actually freezing, because I see my MC4. I see my thing is I see my trading view here moving, but the MT4 just freezes up. So yeah, Nick said lost the trade yesterday because MC4 froze on me. Emailed FTMO and they're reviewing it right now. Perfect. Yeah, Rick said you called it. Everyone pulled out overnight. I can see that. Yeah, and that's what it seems like, huh, Rick? Because you can see right here, basically at midnight. This is like London session. Everyone kind of just sold off for the weekend, and then it consolidated because there was no volume. And what happened was, you see people here try to buy the dip, which is normal. People see this drop here and they're like, okay, price has to go up, so they buy the dip, consolidates a little bit, and then people just sell off for the rest of the week right here. And then here we are back in the middle. So people are buying the dip again. It's kind of retracing, consolidation, and then towards the end of the session, we might not get it right now, but towards the end of the session, we're probably gonna get another sell off as people try to get out. Rick's moving to London. Patricia Maddie, that was a nice 5 minute. I agree. Yeah. Solange said, "Am I the only one that genuinely prefers MT5?" So I've never really used MT5. I know it's basically the same thing as MT4. It's just a different platform, but the same data runs to both platforms. So I don't think it makes a huge difference, Solange. But from what I've seen, I think like MT5 is more catered towards like different asset trading versus MT4, which is like mainly used for like forex traders. So I mean, it's the same thing. It still looks kind of old too, even though it's newer. Kind of looks like the same platform, just different colors and stuff. But I've never used MT5 before. Brian said phone and computer MT4 both froze. I'm out. See you Monday. Thanks, Sean. Definitely, Brian. And that's probably your best decision. I'll stay on here and I'll keep looking for trades, but I don't know if I could even enter any trades because I'm not gonna lie. I try to enter a buy here. I try to take Rick's back to open price strategy. Just 100 pips right here. I hit buy and then it didn't even fill on my chart. That's why I pulled up my phone because I wanted to make sure I wasn't in the trade. So I actually did try to take a buy on my MT4 and it didn't take it. So I'm probably not going to trade today. I'll watch the charts and we'll see. But I did try to take a buy and it didn't even fill it. And I tried to take it on my phone and it didn't fill it either. So I might want to you might want to keep that in mind. Maria said the BTTO, back to the open Rick strategy. Solange said the Rickster is almost up to full TP. Yeah, it is. It's right there. It's reached full TP. So nice work, guys. I mean, looking at people's profits over here, looks like Dell over here. So Angela locked in 468 with GJ this morning. Nice work, Angela. Scotty over here locked in 507. He took the sell there off the, I guess, sort of breakout that didn't really happen, but it showed up. Dell over here with 540 for the day. Nice work, Dell. Patrick over here with a total of 3,498 for the day. Nice work, Patrick. You got Maddie over here, total of 1,029 for the day. Great work, Maddie. His other account, 1,189. David over here, total of 29 off his funded account. And then his other account, he's up 34. So, a big profit, small profit, doesn't matter. You're still in profit, David. So great work right there, bros. Keep it up. Stay consistent. You should be fine. Joshua said, I'm done. MT4 froze on that last position. I had to manually close out on my phone, which is the worst feeling. So Joshua over here locked in a total of 429 off this account. Nice work, Joshua. And then his second account, he locked in 374. So it seems like there's MT4 issues all around with a lot of people here. It's not just, it's not just me. Emil over here as well. Emil's on locked in a total of 605. Nice work, Emil's on. You took that trade around 643. So you took that earlier, probably when the price is dropping from the confirmation of the bias right here, right? So you probably made some pretty good profit off that, which is nice. Other than that, Rashida over here as well, locked in a total of 730. Great work, Rashida. All wins across your account for today. That's the main thing right there, consistency. And then some more profits over here as well. Dell with 540. I already looked at that, so we're good. Yeah, if you guys have more profits to send in, feel free. But I think, me personally, I think the market's kind of, not just the market, but MT4, I think is gonna make me not want to take any trades because I got screwed on my back to open entry over here. It didn't Didn't even fill my buy. Rick said only made 700 because I didn't like the sessions in the way. Guess I need more faith in myself. Right. David said sometimes you have the feel not to trade from now on. I will also follow my instinct and your analysis. Yeah, no, definitely, David. I mean, I think that's the main key, guys. Like you guys have to follow your instincts and you guys have to follow your gut sometimes. If you're trading based off my analysis, the only way you'll get better at trading is if you guys do take the risk, right? I know a lot of you guys want to wait for official trades only, which is perfectly fine. If you guys are in a tight spot and you need to make some profit, then definitely, I would recommend sticking to the official trades. However, it's not going to, you guys aren't going to get better at actual trading unless you guys take the risk, right? You have to feel the stress sometimes. You have to feel scared. You have to feel nervous, so that when you do take trades, you don't feel that way on your own, right? Because the thing is that feeling never goes away. You just get better at controlling it, or you start to trust your instinct more. Because sometimes, a lot of times your instincts are proper. Like if I tell you that price is coming down and your instinct is telling you, okay, take a sell right here, then you can take a sell and it'll probably hit. And that'll just build your confidence so that you don't feel scared taking trades. Let's see, Anton said we bounced off a daily time frame order block. Gotcha. So your order block's probably lined up with my sessions right here, right, Anton? So I'm assuming. Yeah. Looks like it's bouncing right off there. Oh, off the low over here. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it's right off the low right there. That'd be considered, I guess, Anton's order block. Yeah, I can see that. Hey, Brock, morning. Gotcha. Yeah, it's right around that area right there. About the same thing that I marked up. Yeah, Peter said market is moving like a holiday today. Rick said I can see the market makers blowing out all the shorts up to 34,720. Yeah, I mean, technically it could because there's a lot of liquidity still sitting up here. Liquidity hasn't been hit yet. So if price does push up further, there's a whole area of liquidity right here. So if price does hit this area, probably push up and then it'll spike all the way back down after it hits liquidity. And you guys will see it. I mean, I'll leave this up here so that you guys can see, but it's a typical pattern that comes up. Price will come up, hit all the liquidity. It'll like have a big wick right here and then it'll come right back down. So you're looking over here. So let me go over here real quick. Solange said that this has changed. It hasn't changed on my end. Let me see. What is this? What the hell? Yeah, I don't know where that's going. And there you go. Price is hitting the liquidity right here. Price might push up to the next area of liquidity. And then it may push up. The only problem here is that there's sessions right here. So price can bounce off or it can continue pushing up higher. So there goes, price pushes through liquidity right here. See if it breaks through this one. Yeah, Sam said he's been using C-Trader for 2 years and has never froze or given him any problems. I've been like contemplating to use C-Trader. I'm not familiar with the platform. Also, I don't know if the copiers work on it. So I don't know if I can use it because I'm using like different funding companies. I know FTMO uses C-Trader, but I don't know about MFF or I can't remember what the other one's called. The new one that I'm doing, but Yeah, maybe I'll check it out and we'll see if it works up well. Maddie said 15-minute 15-minute body. Oh, here real quick. This buy here is actually going to be the daily, it looks like. So if it is closed, that buy there will actually be the daily if it closes right there. Another body here off the 15, full TP. You're going for like 1,000 pips, looks like. So Sam, for your copier for C Trader, or actually I'd have to go check myself because I'm not sure if MFF uses, or does your copier, will it copy from C Trader to MT4 or MT5? Because if that's the case, I can use FTMO C Trader and then copy it to MT4, but I don't think they do that, right? They don't do cross-platform. Yeah, I don't think MFF or TFF supports them, so that'd be the only main downside for me as well. So I'm not going to take this trade here, but I'll mark it up for you guys. This is technically the daily entry for a buy. I don't know if it'll hit full TP, but it'll probably get close to it. It'll probably hit like, some of these here because that's where liquidity is sitting. There's still a lot of areas of liquidity here. All right, so this is fine right here, what's happening. You can see that price broke and closed past the sessions right here. Here's the next step, the retest, right? So if we get the retest, then we're going to have a confirmation of technical buy shifting to the upside. So this might be what you're looking for right here, Rick. So like basically price came up, it's going for the retest. If it closes above this area right here, then yeah, I could see the liquidity above getting all hit. Yeah, there's a body inch right there too, or yeah, there's a lot of entries that came up. So like Talanji said, yeah, 3-minute daily just hit full TP, this buy right here. So that would have hit full TP. There's a lot of entries here that are coming up, guys. So like if you guys know the strategies, you guys can take pretty much all the entries here that you see. I personally don't take all of them because I mean, I can't look at every chart at once, but like some of you guys are looking at the 3-minute. Talanji saw this 3-minute daily, hit full TP right there. Rami said there's a 10-minute full body that hit full TP. This one down there as well, I believe. For like 500 pips. I mean, there's a lot of entries here that are coming up. It's just a matter of, and hey, Rick, there goes it pretty much just invalidated it. So no entry off that right there. Price is actually swinging back below the sessions. So we were looking for the rejection off it. Price didn't reject off it, actually broke below it. So price may be coming back down, but who knows? You gotta wait and see. I know the market makers are listening to you, right, Rick? Rick said they heard my 34,720 call. Tinfoil trading. I can see it coming back up though, Rick. It's just, price is kind of just going back and forth. It's pretty much the same range as earlier. So like if you guys remember earlier, we had a smaller range right here. It got wider and then it just got even wider right here. So now the range is just between this area now. So it was like right here initially, right? This is pre-market and then price pushed out a little bit. So it just got a little bit wider right there. And then now it's just super wide. It's just down here and up there. Gotcha. Yeah, Anton said that it rejected off the 5-minute supply zone. And here he goes. Price comes back down to open. See if it rejects off the open. One of two things could happen at this point. Price can either bounce off it or continue dropping further. Gotcha. Yeah, so Maddie actually took the sell off here, the double wick. I would have taken it if I had a confirmation of bias, but I didn't because we were waiting for it to actually come back and retest for the buy, but it just never, never came back. So if this ends up closing like that, you'll see here that the range just got tighter. And it's back right down the middle again right here. And these are like the worst markets to trade in. I miss the trading markets where price was actually going directional. It's been like this for like the past 2 weeks. It's not always like this though. One thing that you guys want to keep in mind is that you just have to weather the storm, right? This happens every once in a while where price will end up not having any direction and it'll just go back and forth. Like this is one market open right here. So it's easier to see here on the clean chart. Market opened right here, price dropped, pushed up and dropped again. If you guys mark up the opening movements for the past week or so, you'll see that the same pattern has been playing out almost every day. It's just been a big range every day. And you can see where price is right back to opening price right here, right? So if you measure where prices actually moved, so price literally opened right here. Price came down a little bit, 100 pips, came up a little bit, came down a little bit, came up a little bit. And then now price is literally at opening price. Market's been open for about 40, 50 minutes now, but price is literally where it left off at. Like at, basically zero line. Rami said, this is so boring since the war. Yeah, no, and I agree with you too. And Peter agrees too. If the war wasn't going on, we'd probably have more of a directional movement. But I feel like every time something happens and pushes price one way, we get some sort of opposite movement. So let me see if there's any updates here. With the war, nothing really. It just says global food prices reach its highest levels due in part to Ukraine war. Yeah, nothing else after that. It's just inflation. Yeah, Rick said war is killing my trading vibe. Yeah, it's killing my vibe all around. Like a lot of the people here who have been part of K2 for a while, you guys already know how the market's been moving in the past. This is it's not how it should be moving this time of the year. So and during these periods, this is actually where scalping becomes like most useful because it's not as easy to catch the bigger moves. So we're going to stick with our strategies here, but we just need to look for these good entries to come up, which just haven't come up yet. Yeah, Talonji said, yeah, the stock markets have been asked to. Even Elon Musk news dies down and retraces by the next day. C6 said, we've gone through similar periods in the past. We've gotten better each time. Yeah, no, exactly. The thing with us here at K2 guys is we're always, we're evolving with the market, right? We're not just sticking to one thing. Even though like that one thing still works, we're still evolving with the market. So like right now, market's kind of been in a range for the past couple of weeks. So we've been sticking to, our variations and we've been looking for a lot of confirmations because the thing is we don't have our original confirmations. Like retail sentiment, this should be like one way or the other. This should never be at 50% like for a whole week. It might be at 50% for like one day, then it pushes one way or the other. Same with like the fundamentals here. The fundamentals should never be flat like this. This is a stock market. The stock market isn't ever flat. It usually will be directional. People are either making money or losing money. The only problem with this type of market here is that people majority are now losing money because there's no direction, right? Sometimes people could take sells and they'll get lucky. Price will just keep dropping, or they'll take buys and it'll just keep going up. However, what happens is people will take a sell, price will go up, and then they'll lose. And then they take a buy up here, price comes down, and then they lose there as well. So it's people are getting wrecked in both directions. Just like with Anton said, everyone's getting wrecked. Aside from us, because we're not really taking trades. So like for me, I'm not really getting wrecked, or majority of us aren't, because we're not really taking anything too risky. Like we're just getting in and getting out right away. if that makes sense to you guys. Because like, for example, here, you could have taken a sell here, but if you got out before price shot up, it would have been good. And then same here, you could have taken a buy, but you would have gone out before price would have came right back down. So it's just a matter of like timing the entry. Not really timing the direction, but timing the entry. There's a body entry right here. However, it's not one that I would take because we didn't confirm the bullish bias yet. But yeah, there was a body entry that was right there. I might have to stick on the 5 because the actually there was no body entry right here. I was thinking I might have to stick on the higher time frames, guys, because there's a lot of noise here on the 1 minute. So we might have to look for entries on the 3 and the 5 like we did before. If you guys remember, there was a time period like in the winter where we were only trading on the 5 and the 3, right? And then the market picked up a little bit. So when the market picked back up, we went back to the 1 minute, but the market's dead again. So with the market dead, we might have to go back to the 5 and 3 to look for entries. So there's different cycles that the market goes through. When the market's moving like this, it's a lot safer to trade on the higher time frames because you get a lot of noise here on the 1. Yeah, CT said he took the last 5 for 100 pips, super quick, smart move. CT said, or C6 said the higher time frames been serving me well. Peter said we might have to start looking at forex pairs again. I would hate to, but yeah, let's see. Let's see if there's anything here. I mean, there's still entries that people could take here, though. If you're trading on the 5, the only thing with this is that the spread's so wide. It's kind of hard to take these trades here, but I mean, there's like a double body right there on the 5 minute. Your USD full TP right there. The fuck? Why isn't it working? 1 second. Let me refresh this. Yeah, there's like a double body right there. TP. Actually, I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to forex for a little bit. There's a lot of entries here. Another double body right there, full TP. There's a V1 right there, full TP. Another double body right there. I mean, there's actually a lot of entries here on forex. Maybe I'll go around and just play around with it. I haven't traded forex in years now. I've only traded US30, but with the market now, I mean, it looks like the same strategies work perfectly fine. There's another double body or V1 here, double body and double wick. Full TP right there too. I mean, it took a while, but it did hit full TP. Yeah, same with GJ. Again, right there, double body, full TP. Double body again right there, currently still running for a buy. It's like it's still technically running at the moment. Another one right there. Full TP. Yeah, I mean, the strategies work perfectly fine. I mean, if you guys want to trade forex, you guys can. Like, all the KT strategies work on pretty much everything. It's just the only difference is you just won't have like the fundamental bias. You can still look up sentiment, but you don't have the fundamental bias, which is perfectly fine. You don't really need it for forex because forex is a ranging pair. So it's a ranging asset. So you can basically, I mean, there's entries here all over. Like right here, there's another, this is a V3 and it's a double body. I think you could have better confluences with the strategies here. Like you have like almost 2 different V3s here. You have a V1, a double body, you have a V3, pending momentum signal. You don't even need to have the trend here. It looks like you can just take whatever trade. But yeah, whatever, back to US30. But yeah, I mean, as I showed you guys here, you guys can trade these on different assets. You don't have to just trade US30. The thing is, I just trade US30 because when we trade in the morning, this is the best period to trade it. But you've seen other people here in the group who also do well. Like Angela, she only trades GJ. She uses the same strategies here. I think she uses like the pivot strategy, and she locks in pretty solid profit off GJ almost every time. She applies the pivot scalp strategies or the pivot intraday. And that's pretty much it. She does the same thing, wait for these perfect entries, catch the win, and then she's done. There's more profits here. Dell locked in a total of 708 for the day. Nice work, Dell. Patrick over here as well locked in a total of 5,545. Nice work, Patrick. Scott over here locked in another profit. He's currently up 1,585. Great work, Scotty. And then other than that, Charles over here locked in a total of 105 off this account. 267 off this account. And then this is his profits for the week. Currently up 4,472 off this account, and then 3,973 off this one. So great work, Charles. Keep it up. Looks like SpaceX is about to launch their first private astronaut into the ISS. Thanks, Kenny. Kenny's like always up to date with the news here. I don't know how you're so up to date with it, but you always are. So thanks, Kenny. That's going on. We got Patrick over here, total of 6,579 for the day. Nice work, Patrick. So, I mean, you guys can trade whatever asset you guys want, but you guys can see people are still killing with just US30. So for me personally, I just stick to US30 because I know how it works. Like I know the ins and outs of trading US30. So I just stick to it. But if you guys want to trade other things, I mean, you guys are more than welcome to trade it. Maria's asking about gold. Yeah, I mean, it works on gold too. I've seen other people here trade gold all the time. I think Valentine trades gold. So I mean, if you wanted to trade gold, it's the same thing. Like right here, there's a double body off that low right there, full TP right there. You just have to figure out what like your TP stop loss would be. There's another double body right here. Full TP again. You probably wouldn't take this one right here because there's no, well, actually there was a pinning momentum, but you have to figure out like what your TP stop loss would be. I probably wouldn't because it's going against the trend. For assets like this, gold moves kind of similar to like US30. So you want to confirm the bias. Like you need a bias for this. The thing with forex is that forex is a ranging asset, so it goes back and forth. You don't really need to confirm the bias and stuff. But for something like gold or US30, you have to confirm the bias because the bias usually it keeps pushing that direction. But if you trade in the direction of the trend, like right here, we have a double body. Trend is green, it's above the pivots, you know, full TP right there. So it works again, it works with everything. I mean, the only way to really understand if it works is if you go and try it out yourself, right? I could show you as many examples as possible. You still won't know if it works or not unless you guys actually try yourself. So the best way to figure out if these strategies work for the assets you want to trade is to actually just go back and back test them or forward test them, whatever helps you get it down better. But back to the charts over here on US30, you can see prices just back to its range. It was in a wider range right here, this high and this low. Then it got to a tighter range right here, this high and this low, but not really much direction. It's kind of just going back and forth per usual. Yeah, other than that, not really too much here. Maddie just sent in his profits, locked in a total of 3,439. Nice work, Maddie. Going back to the 5 over here, I was trying to see if there's any other entries that I could see, but I don't see anything at the moment. Yeah, not really much. Just looking here on the 5 to see if I see anything here. Just looking for where the possible rejection points could be at. Yeah, I can see right there, Maddie. You have one right there too. I mean, there's a lot of them right here. It just depends on like which areas that they're drawn at. But I do see a lot of rejection points up here. Let's see. Another thing to keep in mind is that there's still a ton of liquidity up here. So this liquidity has not been hit yet. Just keep an eye out for that area right there too. I mean, overall trash market as usual lately. Kenny says he said he just subscribes to the fake news YouTube channel, so he knows all the fake news going on, which is good. I mean, while it's considered fake news to people, it still affects the market, right? So I think this right here, the whole SpaceX thing, this thing will affect the market, the specific SpaceX stock, because, or I guess Tesla in general, because if it fails to complete its launch, then, obviously it's not gonna be good news for the company, but if it does, then it's gonna be good news. So I think Kenny just subscribes to everything because he knows everything that's going on, like mostly the Washington Post. So yeah, Washington Post, that's one of them. Rick said nasty green screen. I know, right? Fake background over there. All right, guys. So price is now pushing up. You can see price hit liquidity right here. And I know a lot of you guys remember the liquidity that I've mentioned before. Whenever there's liquidity like this that's right next to each other, it usually pushes up pretty high. Again, right here, the next level of liquidity is going to be right here. The only problem is that it's going to be right next to all these sessions. So I will probably be careful right here. It's right at the sessions. If it breaks above and stuff. It's a laundry. Yeah, no, definitely. I see your message, Tology. Yeah, there's a way that you could do it. Or let me see, let me just read it real quick. I'm not gonna read it out loud. I don't want to put your business out there, but yeah. So I'll message you after, Tology. You're just gonna have to cancel and then renew. But I'll renew it so that you have like your old rate that you already currently have, because you can just renew what you currently have. You're just gonna change the or you know what you can do is I'll tell you after. I'll just message it to you. So I'll put your business all out there. But I'll let you know right after we get off this live. Again, guys, so price is hitting liquidity above here, but it's right at these sessions. So one thing that you got to be careful for is these areas right here, basically. The horizontal lines. The purple line is going to be the Asia high. You can see it's right here. The green line is going to be the New York high. So the problem with this here is that when price reaches this point, one of two things will happen, right? Price will either bounce off it and come back down, or price will break through it and push up higher, right? It makes no difference. It's the same situation where price reaches these areas. And this is why I don't enter trades over here. I just realized this is what I missed earlier. So price actually confirmed the bullish bias. I wasn't paying attention because we were looking at different assets, but you can see right here, price actually broke above it. It retested the London high right here, and then it closed above this area, which confirmed, the bullish push. So there's actually a bullish bias right now. That's confirmed. Price did push above the sessions right here, but there's another area of sessions right here as well. So you want to be careful. Nice. CT actually took the high low right there. Took it for like 100 pips. So great work, CT. I want to take these trades, but there's just too much. I mean, there's too many sessions around this area. Gotcha. Yeah, Charles said supply the green sessions. Makes sense. Back over to the 5. Yeah, so if it's hitting your supply right there, or the supply that you identified, you can probably look for a possible double body. I mean, there's going to be, yeah, actually, no double body here, but if we did see one, that's something that you guys can take. Patricia just sent in her profits. Nice work, Patricia. She said done for the day, locked in a total of 3,860 for the day. Nice work, Patricia. Brock over here as well. Brock locked in a total of 106 for the day. Nice work, Brock's one trade. Profit's profit. At least you made something for Friday. There we go. As price starts to push up a bit higher, it's hitting liquidity again at this point. So just keep in mind that this is an area of liquidity right here. The only issue is that there's a sessions right there. If there was no sessions right here, then I would definitely be looking for some buys at this point, but the sessions is like literally at that point right there. So it's hard to really take anything at the moment. Maddie over here just sent in his profits again, locked in a total of 3,799. Nice work, Maddie. Maria over here as well, locked in a total of 668. She took buys right here on that push to the upside. She basically saw the liquidity, the confirmation of the bias, and just rode that thing up. So nice work. Other than that, let's see. Oh yeah, Maddie. So I'm looking for. So if it does close red, it'll come back down. I don't know if it will though, but we'll see. Rick said once it hits 34,720, I think it'll dump back to open. Yeah, so slightly above the sessions right here. So that I could see that happening, Rick. What could happen is we can get a spike up to the upside right here. It'll have a wick. It'll just wick off the 34,720, and then it'll just come back down, right? That's kind of what you see. It's kind of what I see as well. Yeah, we'll have to see how that closes. Yeah, no, same here. And I can see that too, Rick. Rick said they're clearing at overnight trades. So like the way that Rick sees it is that like a lot of the, certain trades are getting wiped out. That's what these sessions are, because these sessions are indicating this is where price pushed, the previous session. So, or not just the previous session, but the previous day. So this area right here, this is where trades were actually trading. Like there was actually positions running over here yesterday and they came down. So now they're coming back up to wipe them out, and then they just wipe them out and come right back down to the opposite end. So, I mean, we have the same gist of thinking. Like a lot of people have different strategies, but they do line up with the way that I trade as well. It's just we call them different things. People call them supply and demand. I call them, areas of liquidity. There's just different names for them. So, just something to keep in mind for a lot of people here who are, curious. But a lot of these strategies do line up together. It's pretty much, they're very similar in a lot of ways. Yeah, no, same here, Maddie. I'm looking here on the 5, looking for this to close red. If it closes red, then we'll have a double body V1 variation. It's falling to C. Maybe I'll just scalp my way down a little bit. Yeah, CT said it's pinball between sessions up there. Yeah, between the New York high and Asia high right here. Price isn't closing below or above it. It's just bouncing between them. So it doesn't look like it's going to close, Maddie, unfortunately. But it's all right. If this one, if the next candle pushes up higher, then we might get a bigger push. You might get that push that Rick was looking for, waiting for it to come up here and push up to 34,720 and then come down from there. Yeah, it's not gonna close red. Yeah, price is just ranging within these areas right here, but you can see that price is attempting to make its way back down. You can see it's kind of slowing down a bit. You can see some consolidation right here. Looks like it's about ready to break out. Nothing off the 5, nothing off the 3. Yeah, Rick said maybe even higher, but once it comes back down to Asia session, then I'll look for back to the open on V1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, I know, which is what I'm gonna be looking for too, probably. But it looks like volatility is kind of, I mean, it's kind of died down quite a bit now, as you guys can see. No double body here, unfortunately, but yeah, not here on the 1 minute either. All right. So here's the range again. I mean, nothing's going on, guys. The same thing. Peter said, if we go full margin for a buy, how many points do you think we'll make? We'll make it move. So the thing with that is like, yeah, 0. Because the thing is, if you're trading on a funded on like FTMO or something, we don't have any movement in the market, right? Because we're trading within their pool. If you're trading in the actual market like directly, then yeah, you can probably push market around. Like if you're trading the futures or you're trading the actual indice, like in um, an actual broker, then possibly push it. If there's like a lot, like there has to be a lot, not it has to be like like literally everybody in K2 would have to take like 10 lots, 20 lots to push it. But for FTMO, we're not trading in the actual liquidity, right? We're trading like within a pool that FTMO has created. So like they're just mirroring the data from other brokers, but we don't have any actual direction in the market. So that's why for us, like most of us, we just try to catch these little scalps in between these little moves because we just want to get in and out. We're not necessarily going for the bigger push because it doesn't matter if we're looking for a buy or a sell. We're not pushing the market at all. But yeah, there's not really much that you can really push around. Well, for the most part, you'd have to have like a huge sum. Plus, you have to be in the actual market, not trading for like a funding company. Let's see. Rick said, yep, if that happens, it might be after lunch when these guys come back drunk thinking it would be funny to stop everyone out. LOL. I know, right, Rick? That's why I don't trade after, well, I don't even trade after the live session anymore, but before I wouldn't trade after lunch. Like once it hits lunchtime, it's not a good time to trade because volatility dies down and you get crazy movements towards the close. So you sit drunk and high off coke, right? See if there's anything else here for me to look at. Rick said, don't judge. So there's not really much going on, guys. Volatility is kind of down right now. Let's see, what time is it in New York right now? It's 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, they're doing their mid-market, their midday chill out right now. before they head out to lunch. But yeah, the volatility here is completely dead. There just isn't anything going on. So if you guys have questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I can answer whatever questions you guys have. If there's anything that you guys want me to cover, feel free to let me know. Just a reminder, we did a poll for next week. Next week, we're having the group mentoring session right after the live on Friday. So I put a poll up right here. We're going to be having our group mentoring session Friday, April 15th, 2022 at 9 a.m. Pacific, right after the live. So we'll get off the live around 8, and then I'll come back on an hour later for the mentoring session. The reason why we're doing it at this time is because we have members here that are located in certain areas where it's kind of too late for them to attend the normal time, right? So I just want to make sure I can accommodate for a lot of our traders here who are located in, New Zealand, located in the UK, located in Bali. I don't know if Lisa's here, but yeah, basically, I try to accommodate for everybody here. I want to make sure that everybody has their opportunity to ask questions and to get as much help as possible to be on the same level as everyone else here. So I'm gonna put that on my, okay, thanks, Peter. So even better reason for us to have our mentoring session next week. Peter said tomorrow, next Friday is Good Friday, which is a bank holiday. So volatility will be extremely low. So, it's even better to have our group mentoring session because, yeah, it's Passover too. So let me just put that right there, K2 group mentoring. So, it's an okay time for us to have it because market's going to be slow that day anyways. And the good thing about that is it'll be during the live, or it'll be during New York session. So we can actually look at trades live too, if you guys wanted me to. Some more profits here posted by the team. So see, Joshua posted up his profits, and Joshua said, oh, he was done for the day, but then he came right back. Joshua said, okay, done for real, LOL, that's strange. My MT4 was freezing when I entered the position. So he locked in a couple more trades here, locked in a total of 554 or 544 off this account. And then his second account, he locked in 432. So great work right there, Joshua, to close out this week strong. Maddie over here as well, locked in a total of 4,339. Nice work, Maddie. Other than that, I think that's it right now. Unless there's any more profits you guys have. So price is hitting liquidity around this point. Let's see if price ends up bouncing down from here. So it hit your point, Rick. You're actually went higher than it. It went higher than your 34,720. See if it ends up coming back down. Definitely, Rick. We'll see you next week. I know Rick's getting off the live, but I'm pretty sure he's still looking for this drop back to his back to open. So let's see. I know you are, Rick. So there's the rejection off the sessions right there. This thing might come back down. All right, Kenny, we'll see you on Monday. Yeah, Peter said in 2 hours, Rick will post some Telegram. I'm up 14K. Yeah, typical Rick, right? Everybody knows Rick very well with his last minute post. Randy said MT4 froze during first trade, had to restart it, only managed to close it with a big loss. It's super unfortunate, Randy. Yeah, so Randy got caught when his thing froze up. Unfortunately, he took a loss there, which is okay. Overall, you still had some profit right here, Randy. So you're only really down $900, which is not a big deal. It's like one trade to make it right back. But yeah, it's unfortunate that like some people here got caught in MT4 freezing. Man, that makes me want to check my MT4 too, because I did hit the buy button earlier. I just want to make sure I didn't actually execute it. Okay, so I have no trades here. My no history data for the day. So I actually didn't take any trades. Rick said Sean's still in the buy. I wish, man. If I was so like if I took that buy earlier, Rick, dude, I'd be up so much because I would have bought like right here when price broke the open. So I try to buy right here, and if I held that, I'd be up like 1,200 pips or so. There's a double body right there, guys. Fuck, I missed it. It's double body, but it was right at the session. So it's obviously it's a risky trade to take. Check the 5. Damn, it's like right at the sessions too. Having a quick little push. Yeah, Rick said fluctuating at sessions, take it from me. Yeah, Patricia said we're at a very interesting area. I mean, it's been pinballing, like what CT said, it's been pinballing between the sessions right here, right? It's literally bouncing between the New York high over here and the Asia high. It's been doing that pretty much all session, really. It keeps bouncing back and forth between those areas. Brock said hit the 720 area though. Yeah, it bounced off it already, Brock. So I hit it right here and then it just rejected right off it. It wicked off that area basically. It wicked off the session. It did kind of like what we were anticipating earlier. It wicked off the sessions and then it kind of just, you know, bounced from there. The sessions are just not a good area to trade. So I'm not even looking at the charts. It's kind of like, you can see right here, price is kind of just bouncing around the area. It's not really making much direction. I was looking over here at the Anton said his trading view isn't working. I don't know. It's fine on my end. Might be your connection. Anton, sometimes there'll be like a question mark here or something. Like, or I mean, you might see something like an exclamation mark, question mark somewhere. It might be the internet. Brock said I did FOMO today. As you can see, you can guess right, I lost some. I'll be very careful taking any trades now unless it's official. Yeah, I mean, I try to warn you guys as much as possible, but you know, sometimes you guys just have to eat those losses. If you guys decide to trade on your own, that's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just understanding the risk. I've just been sitting on my hands pretty much this whole week. It's been kind of whack for the most part. Patricia said it's going to push up to this 34,700. Oh, already pushed above it. Actually, it's hitting the liquidity. Fuck, I just realized that. It just hit the liquidity right there. So this whole area of liquidity just got hit. I wasn't paying attention, but pretty much hit that whole area of liquidity right there. What the? That's a huge gap. I just looked at MT4. Dude, MT4 is freezing again. I was trying to take a speculative buy, but I didn't because I hit buy, but I didn't actually fill. I don't know what's up with MT4. Let me check my MT4. Yeah, nothing gapped. I don't know if you guys are looking at MT4 right now, but I have a huge gap on my phone. I mean, there's no gap here on TradingView, but there is a gap on MT4, which is huge. There's actually a gap here on TradingView too. That's weird. Yeah, Joshua said, yeah, the same situation with him. So I probably just sit out the market, guys. I mean, price did come up and hit liquidity. This is exactly what we were looking for. Nothing new there. It did what we anticipated. Yeah, everything's kind of, it keeps freezing and reopening. I probably just sit out, guys, because this thing is this thing, I mean, it just keeps freezing up. Yeah, Joshua said, yeah, it's best to just sit it out. Because I know people are probably FOMOing and trying to get into some of these entries here, but this thing is just, man, I don't know what's going on with this. Hey, Jermaine, I just saw your message, bro. Down. Jermaine got caught. He said it froze, jumped up ridiculously. See you on Monday. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Jermaine just sent me his prop. Unfortunately, bro, looks like a lot of people here got caught. Some people are trying to take sells, and it just spiked up. Like there's frozen. It spiked up like right there. And someone said, market makers now working with internet providers to get everyone wrecked. Yeah, I mean, I actually have really good internet connection too, so I wouldn't expect this to happen. I have Google Fiber, so I have like probably one of the fastest internet you can get for like residential, for like one of the normal internets. Google Fiber is super fast. So I don't think it's my internet connection. It's just in general, it's just the market, which is crazy. Like John said, I've been doing the strategies this morning, pretty much worked most of the time. Yeah. All right, guys. It's about to be 8. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm not going to take any trades. You guys have seen a crazy movement right here. Market is literally doing nothing for like the past hour, and then it just spikes up. But this spike up here was anticipated, right? We already anticipated this spike up to happen because it was going to hit liquidity. But I mean, overall, just in general, this market's kind of trash. So I would probably be careful. Yeah, let's see Alan over here as well. Let's see, Alan said, hey, Sean, FTMO MT4 is definitely having issues. I had no issues with MFF or E8. FTMO are just blaming people's internet connection. I don't know. I saw a couple people here who said they had issues with MFF though, so I'm not sure. Maybe it's just certain people, but it's not necessarily just FTMO, because my trading view here is freezing up too. Like this move right here was frozen. You can see the gap right here. Price did gap up. So I don't know if it's only FTMO or whatever. The one thing that you guys can check if you guys are on FTMO is you guys can go check your change log to see if there is actual disconnections in your access. If that was the case, then you could probably get it. They'll just credit your account those losses. But I don't know if anyone else here had issues with any other broker, because it seems like everyone here had issues, but I don't think everyone here was using FTMO. It seems like some people here were using MFF. So, I mean, it is what it is. We can't really make a difference. There's no difference it's going to make. Market's been like this all day. It's been freezing on my trading view. It's been freezing on my MT4. It's been freezing on a lot of things. But there's nothing you can really do about it. So unless you want to go and message, FTMO and see if they can go and check your trades, they'll ask you to send them your change log, and then your change log will show if there's disconnections in price. So other than that, I think that's it, guys. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, have a great weekend, guys. Be safe. If you guys don't need to trade, I would just sit out the market, because it's just not a good time to trade. This whole week has kind of been trash. Next week, let me check the news real quick to see if there's anything coming up next week. Doesn't look like there's much news. We have inflation news on Tuesday. Some more inflation news on Wednesday. So we do have a lot of news next week. There's a bank holiday on Friday though, so just keep that in mind. It's not considered a bank holiday for us. It's considered a bank holiday for Canada, the UK and Europe, but not necessarily us for some weird reason. I don't know. It's Good Friday, but it isn't listed here. Oh, that's weird. All right. Well, anyways, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I would just sit out the market. Have a great weekend, guys. Be safe. I'll see you guys back here on Monday as we pick up for the trading month. Hopefully next week is a lot better. I'm hoping it will be. But if not, we're going to keep going through this, and we'll keep weathering the storm until the market does get better, which it will be. It's not going to be like this forever. It's impossible. So if you guys have questions, reach out.